Thank you for joining us here in the Rewind. I'm Dan DeBruler, and today's episode is a replay of a conversation we had while we were live on location at a reentry block party. Now, reentry refers to individuals who were formerly inmates, now making their way back into society. And the block party itself was set up with a number of resources, everything from transportation to education to counseling. And it's there to provide these individuals with everything they need, whatever that need may be, to make the next step and get themselves assimilated back into society in a very positive way. And we were fortunate enough to catch up with Michael Lockamy, the state coordinator for the Reentry Program in North Carolina. Thank you for tuning in to Christian 105.7 this afternoon. I'm Dan DeBruler, and I'm out at the Reentry Council's block party being held at Kingdom Impact Global Ministries on Murchison Road in Fayetteville. Laura Bortz is out here with me today. And right now, I'm honored to have Mr. Michael Lockamy, who is the State Reentry Coordinator for North Carolina. Michael, welcome. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Glad to be here, Dan. Thanks for the invitation.
Well, tell us a little bit about what reentry even means and how this is working on a statewide basis.
Well, believe it or not, Dan, reentry began about 12 years ago. We had a president who was in office who understood that there was a need to create a second chance bill. It was President Bush Jr. So a group of bipartisan congressmen came together and formulated this bill that became official in 2009. And the purpose behind that bill was to help reduce recidivism, because it's a major cost for everybody who is incarcerated. In other words, those taxpayers, like you and me, we're paying for those individuals sometimes from $30,000, $60,000 a year for them to stay incarcerated. And recidivism means like a revolving door going back and forth. So when President Bush Jr. signed that into law, it opened the door for so many people to get assistance and created stakeholders all across the nation. And it allowed people who were coming home to start connecting with those services that would be provided to them through reentry councils, such as the one that we're at today, Cumberland Reentry Council for Fayetteville. Jesse Gardner, he's the executive director. And the goal is that there's a smorgasbord of stakeholders that are all sitting at the table, and they provide all different types of services. They might provide food, they might provide clothes, they provide employment, they provide medical assistance. Whatever those needs are, education, all that person who's coming back to that specific location, such as Cumberland County, would have those services met if they could just connect with somebody like Jesse Garner. He's waiting, not only him, but all of his board and his support staff. Now, that's not the only one. There's like 14 reentry councils up and running across the state. We got them in Asheville, North Carolina. We have them all the way down to New Hanover, Wilmington, and in between. So all of them are doing the exact same thing, and it's not effective. Reentry is not effective unless there's a total collaboration of every stakeholder involved. We all have to do our part. It's not just one council, but it's that volunteer. It's that faith-based agency. Believe it or not, it's this radio station. And I mean that from my heart, because to expose people to what reentry is, they have to be aware and have knowledge about it and get information. And I'm so grateful that I'm here today, because we're having a great time. There's a lot of resources that a lot of people, if you need today, if you need housing, if you need food, or if you need some support now that you're home, I don't care where you are in the local area, make your way here. I guarantee you somebody will welcome you with open arms to support your reentry.
And, you know, when we're talking about reentry, we're talking about people who are reentering society, formerly incarcerated. And if anybody would understand what Michael said just a moment ago about second chances, the church should understand what it is to have a second chance. And that is exactly what the Reentry Council is about. It's about providing a good second chance to good people who are waiting and needing a second chance. And when you come out here to a resource fair like you'll see today, you'll find everything from career counseling to assistance with transportation and with housing, as Michael mentioned, and so many other things. But you're not going to find the help unless you walk over here and get it. You know, it is here available for you. And as he mentioned, Jesse Garner, the executive director for Cumberland County, Fayetteville area Reentry, his office is open 5 days a week on Green Street near downtown Fayetteville.
Yes, and I have a very unique position, Dan. I'm so grateful that I'm in a position where there's so many lives that are at stake, and I'm fortunate to be one of the stakeholders. But I like the way you put that. Unless someone shows up, there's no way we can help them. But it's a little bit more than that. There's got to be some effort made, and no effort, I don't care how small it is ever in vain. But I go and I connect dots every day across the state, and I'm connecting with employers, with medical assistance, with education, with transportation, housing. And I have a little saying that I go by, and it's kind of like this. There's a lot of people who messed up, but they want to make it up. They're not looking for a handout. They just need a hand up. I like helping people that want to help themselves. And that's the way I see it. If a person is trying their best to help themselves, then I guess that's when they're using their faith. Because faith without works is dead. And it takes action. And if you really want some support and you want somebody to help you get a hand up, all you got to do is show yourself worthy by coming to a place like this today. I know people call it second chances, and from my experience, about 30 years of this now, I done had too many of those, because I'm almost 60, and I know I done had about 20,000. But I'll tell you this much, I believe in fair chances. When a person deserves a fair chance, they're ready to do it the right way, to go back home and stay free, to do everything they can to provide for their family, become a law-abiding, productive citizen.
And Michael, I love the way you put it there just a moment ago. So if you know somebody that has messed up and they just want to make it up, a resource fair like is going on today is a great place to get yourself started. And if you can't make it out here today, maybe it's just a little too late to turn that around. Call us at the station. Call us anytime, and we'll get you connected with the Reentry Council of Cumberland County, Jesse Garner and his folks down there on Green Street. But whatever way you can, get connected. Get the help you need for you, your family member, your friend, because the help is there.
Absolutely.
And once again, Mr. Lockamy, thank you so much for taking a moment to speak with us today.
Thank you, Dan.
We look forward to seeing all the great things that come of a day like today.
You have a great day.